You're all on a date?
Yeah, we're her boyfriends. We are reverse Mormons. One man just isn't enough for her.
Exactly where you always need to be with you. Always seem to disbelieve the things you see. I want to live somewhere where the signs don't make sense. All we can give is the part of us that feels incomplete. Just like you, just like they.
Don't shut off. Don't shut off. Keep going. You can do it. You can do it, little computer. Hi. Hi, everybody. How's it going? So here's the sitch. So power went out last night. Yesterday afternoon. Like 4:30. Just had a freak like dust storm, windstorm for like 15 minutes. Come on, go up. I hit the button one time, go up. There we go. And power zapped out. We got a generator, so we hooked up the router and the box from the laundry room, the refrigerator, my chair, oddly enough, which I thought had enough battery power in a reserve that if the power goes out, you can at least get out of your chair or adjust it. It did not. So we got all that set up and we're surviving. Hubby managed to just so happen. This is an example where I believe that God is looking out for us, because just so happens after months and months and months of trying to sell this axle that he had extra, somebody happened to take interest and come by and buy it last night, which allowed hubby to go out and get gas for the generator and dinner, since we didn't want to open the fridge. Just so happened. You can believe differently. I take that as a little nudge. So he did that, and then power comes back like just before midnight, like 11:55 or something. So, and it's been fine. It's sunny out. It's fine. CPU fan is shot. CPU fan will not turn on. It's when I turned the computer on last night, it did the thing where it like tried to rotate for like 10 minutes and then it just gave up the ghost, I think. So everything's running, but it is struggle bussing. So I think stream's fine for now. Fortunately, today we're playing Zelda, which is going through my encoding overloaded. Oh, and that just went away. And it doesn't say I have any dropped frames. I'm gonna ignore it. I don't know, I haven't looked yet, but I wouldn't think we also just got our refund today, and it's payday, and then I get paid again tomorrow. Got my refund from the Rush My Passport people for like the almost $700. So that'll cover whatever it is. I'm not worried about it. But Zelda is running off my Switch, which is only running through the capture card program. So I don't have to run a game today from the PC other than the lurk bait stuff. Which, if that starts causing a problem, I'll just shut it down for a day. And it seems to be doing fine. So, I guess. I'm gonna sit here and do makeup. How was y'all's day yesterday? I didn't get to do any artwork yesterday because my body decided it needed to sleep until damn near 1 o'clock. And then when I did get up, I had to get like work done until the power went out when I was in the middle of writing procedures, which I had been putting off for weeks, and I was finally in a groove of like, you know, when you put something off for a long time and then you finally just sit down and do it and then you get into the groove and you're doing fine. Yeah, I was there. I was procedure writing my little fingers off, and then zap. It's like, God fucking. So I read for a while, and then when hubby got the internet plugged in
I'm a damsel.
through the
I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day.
when hubby got the internet plugged in through the generator, get the power going, then I pulled up Two Dog Stream and I just watched and went through Tumblr and played Palia on my Switch for a little while until that eventually went out to around like 11 o'clock on the Xfinity side. So we had a night, but it was fine. You know, we handled it well. Neither of us got angry. Neither of us got upset. My anxiety was starting to climb because I can't deal with total silence. And we don't have any like battery powered fans. And I can't open the windows because we don't have screens because they were all broken when we moved in and we haven't paid to replace them yet. But as soon as he got the internet going and I could put some stuff on and have like the entertainment to keep my brain occupied, I was fine. So, you know, it was a night and I lost a bunch of time. But what are you gonna do about it? How are you all? What did you get up to? What did you play? What did you eat for dinner? All that good stuff. We're gonna play Zelda today. Echoes of Wisdom just came out today. I already got it. It's all downloaded. So we're good there. Hubby also left town today, so that was a thing. He left this morning. We got I was able to get a grocery order submitted, and he went and picked it up. He got us breakfast. I got my peanut butter mocha that I haven't had in weeks. I got a cookie the size of my face with M&Ms in it that I'm waiting to eat until later. He got the laundry in and going, and then he had also picked up our medications, but they forgot one of mine, and I didn't realize it until after he had already left like a half an hour before. But he was still in town, like going to the bank and the gas station and stuff. So he came back, got my other prescription, and by that time he was able to put the laundry in the dryer. So I'm officially naming today, well, this might as well happen. I did do a little bit of writing last night. I told myself I wasn't going to write any fan fiction until Chester's project was done. But since I couldn't do anything else, I just sat and wrote on my phone to give something for Whip Wednesday, Work in Progress Wednesday. Do you guys want to hear it? It's a little bit of chapter 4 of Consequences. Let me see. Playing BG3, all sorts of wrong. Cleared out the goblin camp before I've gone to the grove. Oops. Yeah, you kind of maybe did that backwards. But that's okay. Did you get... I'm interested to see what the interaction then would be with Halson if you get him before you talk to anyone in the grove. Let me see. Went home, napped, played BG3. Had to eat. Ooh, Cassie, what'd you eat? Schoolwork, did the whole mom thing. Oh, yay, you streamed and had a bunch of friendos come by. Cassie, that's great. Guys, let's get a shout out for Cassie. She's been trying to get her streams up and going and working on getting her stuff working with the weather challenges and the internet and all that kind of stuff. Nephew's 6th birthday, yay! Donald's ice cream themed cake. Paying for it today. Yeah, probably sugar shock. Yeah. Extra insulin. Worth it to see his little face light up. Yeah. And too much human interaction also. Yeah. Does it mess up the story? I don't know. I've never heard of anyone who has gone that far without going to the grove. So I don't know. How was Hotel Renovator? How did that work? So to be a stripper and take his clothes off. Oh no. 2-hour stream. Good. You know, sometimes you gotta just do what you can. Do you guys want to hear that little bit of consequences that I wrote. Use coloring page for the adoption center. Oh, yay! Trying to survive the head cold. Glitter, do you know when those are due? Because I have it on my, like, long to-do list. We found a ghost and Mitchie saw it? You mean, like, in Hotel Renovator? Mid-October? Okay. So I should do it soon. And it's a Christmas themed, right? Because it's the one for seeing Santa. Didn't know there was a ghost. I didn't either. I have Hotel Renovator, but I only ever played the demo. I haven't actually played it since it released. You watched that one shot? Yes, the 2 hours. So good. So good. That was a spoiler. I'm not worried about it for something like that. The only thing I really worry about kind of with games and spoilers is if it's like a big story game. So I don't care. But thank you for being conscientious of that. Nobody said yes, but I'm going to read it anyway because I'm proud of it. So hang on. Let me take a half an hour to get things open. Let me move this over here. Let's see. You want to hear it? Okay. You did sheep decorating a tree? Aw. I think I'm going to do sheep baking cookies. In fact, can someone... I don't have just... I closed like everything that I could. The only things I have open right now are the fish thing, Mix It Up in Spotify, OBS, and then my capture card software. That's all I have open. I'm about to open one internet tab to pull up what I wrote, and I'm even thinking I may just, you know what? No, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone and read it off my phone because I'm not gonna disturb the balance. I am gonna go ahead and order a CPU fan tonight. I already talked to Beard in the Hair about it, and I'm gonna run it by him when I pick something out. So this won't be a problem for too long. I think what I'm gonna do for Saturday, y'all, because I said Saturday's DDV stream was tentative. Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you. That's perfect. I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna stream, and it is gonna be mostly Dreamlight Valley, but I'm not gonna do a 12-hour. I'm just gonna start like as close to 10 o'clock as I can and go for as long as I feel like going. Because I want to be available when hubby gets home. Because we were going to spend some time together before he left, but then with all the power outage stuff last night, we didn't. So we put that off until when he gets home. And I just don't know if I'm going to have the stamina to do a 12-hour. So I'll stream. It'll probably be mostly Dreamlight Valley and redecorating people's houses. But we'll see how it goes, and I'm just going to go for however long I go. And then there's no pressure. Okay. I'm going to... put on something else for a second. God, I hesitate so much to click on things right now. Just know if stream goes out, I will restart. It might just take a minute or 3. I just don't know when stuff's gonna, like, completely stop working. Let me do...
Will you get your head out of the clouds and back in the water where it belongs?
I will in just a minute. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay, let me do this. Let me take off shuffle. Okay. PRB? Sounds good. Alright, everybody hydrate, not just me. I'm all also gonna adjust my lights a little bit. My third monitor usually is darker because of Discord, but I have Discord down and it's got a really bright background, so now like here we go, like my face was getting washed out. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, that worked. I'm gonna have to give it a second before it will let me scroll and put up the slideshow pictures. By the way, y'all, if you've been following the story of Consequences, I've decided that it's definitely gonna have more than 4 chapters. Chapter 4 was gonna be the finale, but there's just too much I still have to cover. It might even be 6 chapters. Honestly, I think it will. I think I need to break it up into 6 chapters. So, yeah, your girl took an assignment to write a sequel to a one-shot and went hard. Okay, there's that, and I'm gonna minimize this. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna turn this down 1. And it's gonna actually turn the volume down in about 30 seconds. I've got slideshow running. I think I'm gonna wait for Kaylin to get back, because I know Kaylin will want to hear it. Oh, and thank you, Kaylin, I know is lurking, but thank you for the, oh, hold up. Don't blink, please. There we go. I hit a button on my remote for my lights. We are still raising money. It looks like the overlay today is working for Tiltify. We don't have the 503 error today, but just pop back in. Perfect. So if anyone wants to donate, Kaylin dropped the link in for AFSP's website. I am going to pin the link to the top of chat to donate. But you can also use the QR code on screen at any time. Beans room. Ah, gotcha. So if anyone wants to donate to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, there it is. It's going to be pinned in chat. As soon as it decides it wants to. For fuck's sake. Okay, I've clicked on the pin button like 3 times and it doesn't want to. Do I have a mod around who can pin that donate message? I don't know if VIPs can do it. I don't know if Umber Glue's here or... let's see. Jeez, I even clicked on the button to show me who's in chat and it's just spinning. Camera looks smooth. Does stream look and sound okay to you all? Like you can't... No, you're fine, Kaylin. You're totally fine. Time. Nope, it's not gonna let me. Okay, when I see a mod come by, I will ask them to put that in and pin it to the top of chat. All smooth? You know what? Good. Thank you, guys. Alright, I'm going to... Oh, Amber. Voice could come up? Really? Hi, Inspector. Amber, can you, that message, the donate message, can you please pin that for the rest of stream? When I click on the pin button, nothing happens. Lord, say hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you were doing well. Okay. So, for those who have not heard my spiel at the beginning of stream, our power went out yesterday. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Amber. Our power went out yesterday, and when it came back, I'm pretty sure my CPU fan is fried. So things are running. They are running very sluggishly. I don't know if stream's gonna zap off at any point. I am gonna order a new one after stream. But otherwise, everything's fine. I'm not worried about it. We got our refund for the whole passport fiasco, so it's completely covered. I'm not worried about it. It's just a thing that's gotta happen. We're about to play Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, where we get to actually play as Zelda. But during the outage last night, I did some writing. So I wrote the second third of chapter 4 of Consequences. So I'm gonna read, before we get started, all of chapter 4 so far. So now, for those that don't know, just a very quick synopsis. Somebody else wrote the first chapter, and I wrote the rest of them. The first chapter involves the epilogue of Baldur's Gate 3. It's Gale and Tav relationship, but during the course of Act 3 in the story, Tav slept with quote-unquote Mizora, and Gale left her the next morning because he don't share. They got into a huge cat fight and slinging spells and bows and arrows at each other, and they've just been completely bitchy the whole rest of the game. And even in the epilogue, we're snippy with each other. At one point, she went to Waterdeep, and he ran into her, and they also kind of cat fought a little bit. But then at the epilogue, after everyone else left, they had, like, rage sex, and then a little bit of a hint of affection. And where I picked up the story is after that. Because I don't do angst. I don't do straight wump without comfort. So I wanted to write the sequel as if they could repair their relationship. And the author was all about it. In fact, if you ever see Alpy DK in chat, that's who wrote the first chapter. Second chapter, they talk a little bit and agree that they are shitty communicators. I'm gonna wait for Benji's sound alert to come up. Hi, Benji.
This is my power, and I'm not using it to run away anymore. I'm using it to protect my friends.
Benji, my CPU fan, died when our power went out, so everything's, like, super behind. So they agree that they're shitty communicators, but they want to try to talk to each other again. So Gale suggests that they write letters back and forth, and because he lives in Waterdeep, she lives in Daggerford, which is like a 3 or 4 day travel by horse. So then chapter 3 also then takes a look at each of them in their own living situations, and they're basically living in depression holes. They're both miserable, and they're both not taking care of themselves. But then in chapter 3, we see all the letters back and forth. Throughout that, they apologize and agree to take care of themselves, and they talk about what happened and why it happened and how sorry they are, and they basically get to a point where they think they're ready to actually, like, see each other again and spend time together. So now where chapter 4 picks up, he asks her to come to Waterdeep for a week of dates. She's gonna stay at the Yawning Portal. She's not gonna stay in his tower, so that they can have time to, like, go to their corners at the end of each night and, like, reflect on how things are going and have that little time apart, and then spend parts of each day together. And then after a week, they're going to see where they're at. So we enter chapter 4 the morning of the day she's gonna arrive in Waterdeep, and she's camping a little ways outside of the city, and she's gonna get there around dinner time that night. So that's where chapter 4 is gonna pick up. Let me pull it up here. Did I close it completely? I think I did. Nope, here it is. And does this have... Okay. So is that my internet connection? Yeah, no, that's mine. So, okay. On Sunday morning, Tav crawled out of her tent, blinking rapidly in the brightness of the dawn. As her eyes focused, she gasped as she noticed a familiar set of wings attached to a small, furry body. "Tara?" she asked, voice echoing the mix of surprise and confusion in her brain. In the span of about 2 seconds, her mind raced through a dozen scenarios and her anxiety spiked. Was Gale okay? Did something happen? Did he change his mind? Is Tara here to give her a well-deserved tongue lashing and tell her to stay away? She didn't know what feeling was stronger, her fear or her overwhelming respect for this very large creature in a very small body who's looked after Gale her whole life, no matter the challenges, disappointments, or perils. Never walking away, always a sage guide and friend. Whichever feeling it was, it rendered her silent. "Good morning, Miss Taviella. I trust you slept well." She blinked a few more times before stammering, "Yes, I believe I did. I'm still getting my thoughts together. I'm pleasantly surprised to see you here. Is everything all right?" Yes, I thought you'd be surprised to see me." Tara sat up straight and stared at Tav as if she expected the sleepy woman before her to have the wherewithal to continue this most unexpected conversation. After a few awkward seconds, Tav continued, "How was your flight? The weather seems beautiful this morning." Silence. "Is Gale all right? Did something happen?" Tav asked hesitantly. Tara simply blinked and replied in an even tone, "Mr. Dekarios is quite well. He's very much looking forward to reuniting with you this evening." The graceful Tressum with the intimidating presence was simply observing Tav, looking for any signs that would give her reason to question her intentions. Any indignation, a hint of a lie, something that would put her dearest, lifelong wizard friend back in danger of getting his heart trampled on again. More silence. Tav shifted, so she now sat cross-legged in front of her tent, looking down at her fidgeting hands. "Tara, listen, I know I..." Tara interrupted, finally putting Tav out of her misery. "No, you listen, Miss Taviella. It should be no surprise that I'm very wary of this entire situation." She was firm, but also gentle. Tav had looked up in shock, but now quickly closed her mouth, took a shaky breath, while looking back at her hands, and nodded her head solemnly. I did that with the music, by the way. Trying to find a better vibe. Hang on a second. As soon as this song starts, it should give us the next few songs of a more consistent vibe, I think. There we go. Okay. Tara continued. "My poor Gale has had his heart broken and rebroken and rebroken more times than I dare to count. I cannot bear to see it shattered into dust. I'm not sure what your intentions are, Miss Taviella, but I can promise you that I will not sit idly by and allow him to have what little remains of his self-worth taken from him and tossed to the winds." It sounded like there was more to this early morning lecture, but Tara paused when she heard Tav sniffling. She tilted her head slightly as she watched the first of the day's sunbeams shine rainbows through the fat tears that fell from the woman's downcast eyes. Finally, taking a shuddering breath, Tav looked up and sobbed. You will never know the depth of my grief and sadness over the pain I caused him. I've berated and chastised myself every single day since that horrible night with Mizora. I was a different person then, still struggling with my identity after severing my attachment with Ball, not to mention still being tadpoled. So many voices in my head of everyone's thoughts. We were all getting so close to that third stone and the nether brain, and all Gale was going on about was that God's damned crown. She paused, looked at the ground in shame, and shook her head. All that aside, there's no excuse for what I did that night or anything that happened after. For the record, I would normally be forcing myself to cry right now reading this, but I just don't have it in me. Pretend that she's sobbing while she's talking, okay? She paused again for a deep breath. Looking back up at Tara pleadingly, she sobbed all the harder. I know you have no reason to trust me. Hells, I wouldn't trust me. But I can promise you that I have no ill will towards Gale, and the last thing I want to do is cause him even a second more pain. I still can't forgive myself even though he has, and I don't understand how he could possibly still see any good in me, but he does. She took a couple breaths to compose herself, the Tressum gingerly walking closer and sitting within arm's reach. Her glare softened into concern. Tav shakily continued. I owe you an apology too, Tara. I know I said several harsh comments to you as well, not to mention the effect Gale's misery has had on your life. I know you care for him and look out for him in more ways than I'll ever understand. I'm so sorry for letting my childish and petty actions and lapse in judgment permeate your life. I regret everything I said and did to cause both of you so much pain, and I always will. Tara had laid down next to her knee by this point, listening and discerning the tone of her voice and the genuineness of her emotions. Tav kept going. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that Gale still has any desire to see or talk to me, let alone that he still harbors any kind of love for me. I don't feel worthy of any of it, yet he still believes in me. And the only fault on his part was wanting to overreach in an attempt to provide the best possible future for us. How can I stay angry over that? She sighed and looked back down to the ground, tears welling up once more. Anything he said to me in anger, the spells he used against me, was very deserved. I don't fault him one bit. Her voice breaking, she couldn't bear to say any more. She tucked her knees up against her body, held them close, put her head down, and let the torrent of sadness and regret wash over her. Having no lap to lay in, Tara curled up next to Tav's hip. Her heart broke for this poor woman. She had to remind herself that Tav was still shedding a life of murder and lies under the thumb of Ball. Anyone clawing their way towards a better life from that mess should be commended. Her motives seemed genuine, her repentance real. Tara was skeptical, of course, but she'd be suspicious of anyone who had captured the heart of her dear wizard friend, and they would be subject to her scrutiny. Tara sat up, turned to face Tav, and put one paw out on her thigh, the smallest olive branch encased in white and brown fur. In a soft, motherly voice, the Tressum finally spoke. There, dear. Gale knows your heart. He still believes that you genuinely love him and want to press forward. Tav cried harder when she heard this. She still couldn't believe the love of her life was willing to be so forgiving and dedicated to her. It was truly overwhelming. Tara continued, He asked for me to come find you and pass along this note. With a flick of her tail, a purple orb of mist appeared in front of Tav's face. A tan envelope materialized with a doodle on the front, an eternity symbol wrapped around two hearts, one with a G and one with a T. Their sign. Tav smiled and let out a little chuckle, gently plucking the envelope out of the air and clutching it to her chest with both hands. Breathing a deep sigh of relief, she realized how much tension she'd been holding in her body. She let her shoulders relax, closed her eyes, and tried to get her trembling hands to steady themselves. Tara took this moment to continue. Mr. Decarios also felt it prudent that you and I attempt to clear the air before you visit the tower, which is primarily why I'm here. Now, I hear your apology, and I believe it to be sincere. I know how much you mean to him, and I know it wouldn't be possible for me to come between you two, even if I wanted to. She stopped and pulled back her paw, looking at it before sitting up straight. If I've learned anything during my time with Gale, it's that anyone can come back from the biggest of mistakes. You both know what it's like to commit severe lapses in judgment, and you both have had to deal with the consequences of your actions. Tav nodded her head, tears having subsided and sniffles becoming more infrequent. But I've also seen you both rise to some of life's most terrifying challenges. Defeating the Dead Three while having an illithid parasite swimming around in your brain, wondering if each day, each second would be your last, only to go on to defeat another brain and save Faerun from ruin and destruction. I'd say you two are capable of conquering anything, even each other's follies. Tav smiled and let out a chuckle. I suppose you're right, she said as she sighed. With a smile and a wink, Tav continued. God knows we're both stubborn enough to boot. Oh, don't remind me, Tara said, rolling her eyes, backing up in preparation for her departure. I can't tell you how many times I told him to stop trying to compose letters to you in those first few months, but he'd just keep writing and sighing and crumpling up paper and even letting it on fire while it dissolved into ash in the air. Unfurling her beautiful wings in the morning light, Tara lifted up a few feet in the air in front of Tav, looking her directly in the eye. Chin up, my dear, and dry those tears. You have a wizard who loves you meeting you for dinner tonight. Best start getting yourself together. Tav smiled again and held up her hand, allowing Tara to give it a little bonk with her forehead. As the tressum flew off, Tav took a long, deep breath, closed her eyes, and let it out, allowing her exhale to take the weight of the world with it. She had a wizard who loves her, and he was meeting her for dinner tonight. So that was the first third of the chapter that I had already written. The next part is what I wrote last night. And there is going to be, when I post this chapter, in chapter 3, I had actually made graphics for and wrote out the letters that they wrote back and forth. So like Tav has her handwriting, Gale has his, that little symbol that I talked about with the eternity symbol with the hearts and the letters, that kind of morphed into their symbol for each other throughout their letters. So this is going to have a letter with it. Stern but loving Tara. Yes, Mother Tara. I stand Mother Tara. Okay, so here we go. After she'd gotten her small camp deconstructed and bathed herself in the river, Tav realized that in her excitement, she'd forgotten about Gale's letter. She retrieved it from her pack, sat on a nearby boulder, and took a deep breath. Her hands were slightly trembling with excited anticipation, a sensation much preferred over the anxious jitters that had accompanied her up until now. She opened the envelope and immediately breathed in the scent of mahogany and lavender. Closing her eyes, she smiled so wide her face practically ached. In mere hours, she'd be able to bury her face in Gale's neck and feel the warmth that would usually pair with that gloriously comforting scent. Tav kept the grin on her face as she read, Taviella, my love, words cannot express the joy and anticipation I feel at getting to finally hold you and kiss you properly this evening, to treasure you as you deserve, to comfort and be comforted by you. Would that I possess the power to make time move faster. Having said that, I realized I may be assuming too much and wonder if I'm placing unreasonable expectations on you. We are coming back from the deepest depths of pain and heartbreak by each other's hands. I'll admit I feel a little out of my depth. I'm unsure if the best course of action is to throw ourselves at each other to make up for lost time, healing and strengthening our bond through physical affection, or to hold back, rebuilding the structure that is us, brick by brick. As for my part, I have no doubts, no hesitations. I want to hold you beneath me, caressing your hair and whispering words of dedication and adoration for you, while looking into your eyes and making love to you until the sun rises. But the last thing I want to do, my darling, is pressure you or make you feel like you're being thrown into the deep end unwillingly. It would greatly put my heart at ease if you would set the pace. I'm handing you the reins for the week, starting tonight. If you want us to lose ourselves in each other all night long, I'm ready and willing. If you want me to just lay with you, fully clothed, and hold you until you fall asleep, I will take my leave quietly as you slumber. If you just want a forehead kiss and a smile, I will wait for more until you are ready, even if it takes us years. I'm not walking away this time. Never again. I will not squander the second chance we've been given, and I know you won't either. We will navigate this road together, one step at a time. I promise you now, if you ever need a step backwards to breathe and regroup, it will not sway me. If I see us starting to spiral, I will not be afraid to call for a pause so we can get our heads on right and figure out how we need to communicate. Everything will work out this time. I truly believe that. I'm sending this letter with Tara because I believe you and she could use a bit of a chat ahead of our time together. She's come a long way towards our understanding our situation, and I believe if she sees you and hears your words directly, she'll have more peace of mind. You are both immensely important to me, and I would honestly rejoice at hearing my favorite ladies cackling like hens again at my expense. I have to take care of some things before this evening, so I will leave it there for now. When you arrive at the yawning portal, you can tie up your horse in the barn and come right up to room 3. The barkeep already knows to expect you. I will be there waiting for whatever tonight has in store, alongside a hearty meal, a warm bath, and open arms should you be ready for them. Safe travels, sweetheart. I love you, and I will see you soon. Gail. Tav once again clutched the letter to her chest, giggling and kicking her feet like a smitten schoolgirl. Folding up the letter and stuffing it down her shirt to reread later on the road, she grabbed her pack and swung up on her horse. She smiled again as she grabbed the reins and turned towards Waterdeep. Not the only range she'd be in charge of today, apparently. Yet, she already knew how she was going to handle the next pair she'd be given. There you go. There's the second third of Chapter 4. The end of Chapter 4, I'm basically going to get her right up to the door. And then it's going to be Chapter 5 that they actually reconnect. There you go. What did you guys think? Good? Too flowery? Too wordy? Too or not enough something? Alright, I'm gonna hydrate. I think everybody else should also hydrate, and then we're gonna finally get into Zelda. Not gonna lie, it was really nice getting to write a little bit last night. I've been holding off until I'm done with my other project. But, like I said, when you don't have any power, and you can't run your computer with your tablet, what else are you gonna do? It's like, well, might as well write. So I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got a little piece out, another little snippet. Sounded perfect to you? Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. I can't wait to finish it. Okay. I am going to close Spotify so that that's one less thing my computer has to worry about. Maybe. If it will let me. There we go. All right, Spotify's closed. Okay, so let's see how this works. I have not even opened this yet. So, very first time, genuine first reactions. I haven't seen anything since the Summer Game Fest trailers. I haven't looked at anything else. I haven't watched any gameplay. I haven't seen any spoiler stuff that's come out. Genuine first reactions. By the way, there were some edits that I made to that chapter that I didn't see. So I was thinking maybe they got lost when my computer... sounds good, Kaylin. Thank you. Ooh, right into it. Here we go. Attaboy. This animation style is so cute. Oh, it me. Swing sword. People always get me hyped, yay. Benji, are you gonna get this? No? Oh. Really? Or do I just jump over that? Okay, well that's weird. Rabbits, you're fine, Amber. You're fine. Oh, that was bow and arrow. Alright, well. Price, maybe if it goes on sale. Well, at the rate Nintendo stuff goes on sale, you might be waiting a while, but... Cassie's coming over, was on the phone. Is that your friend that we've talked about? Clean a bit. I will be here. That is your friend. Okay. Sweet shaver head. Aw. Okay, bet. Yeah, right? Eventually. Dragon Age, Sonic, yeah. Too many good games at one time. Yeah, I definitely wanted to be on this day one. Okay. Okay, I see you. Yep. Cool. Neato burrito. Hey Hey, good doc. How are you? Oh, I see. No, I jumped. There we go. Dragon Age is gonna be so good. I'm gonna be on that on day one too. Somewhat headachy, otherwise fine. Sorry to hear that. I was yesterday and the day before also, so I'm familiar with that feeling on a recent level. Combat's pretty simple. Controls feel good. It's intuitive. Guys, we got ads starting in about 3 minutes, just FYI. Authentic Zelda game in many ways. Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited about the animation style, the fact that we get to play as Zelda, and the puzzles. You know I love me puzzle games. So, it's you again. Ever the troublesome one. Only this time, your presence serves me. Now I'll end you both. Link's Awakening, which I've never played. Let me move! Do I have unlimited arrows? I'm shielding. Shield does fuck all. Got it. Oop. Nope. Nope. I keep hitting that button when I don't mean to. I bet you this is a scripted loss. I jump it though. That was... Oh, I really do have to... Okay, alright, well. Playing that one sometime, Link's Awakening. I probably will. I seem to be going back through games that I've missed in my repertoire. Skip this. Nope, oh, it wouldn't let me get out of the animation. The Game Boy sensibility, yeah. That's also your word of the day. What? Sensibility? Doing much better this time. Oh, there we go. Phase 2. What? There we go. Phase 3? Okay, bye. No! Not Link! Aw, yeah. I'm Zelda, guys! Look! Look, I'm Zelda! Do I get his cloak? I was already going for it. You got the swordsman's cloak. His name is Link. This is the hooded cloak that the swordsman in green dropped. It would almost completely cover your face if you wore it. Oh, okay. Oh, I am definitely controlling this. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't like where my thumb is on the stick. Outside? Yipe. Yeah, probably not a good idea. The castle! Like looking around at all the like secret caves and puzzles and stuff that I can see. That's so pretty! Are we also going to be silent? Does becoming the main character put us under a silent spell in this franchise? Ruh-roh. Princess Zelda, you're safe! What a relief! You're not injured, are you? We were sick with worry. A whole week is a long time to be missing. Cause, you know, Umberglue Link never says anything. He's just, what? So, but Zelda has talked. But now that she's the main character, I haven't heard her say anything yet. So that's what I'm saying. Does becoming the main character in the Zelda franchise put you under a silent spell so you just don't have dialogue? Yeah, Zelda normally has dialogue, right? We thought you'd been stolen away like all the others. The soldiers search for you every day. Princess, play with me! Play with me! I'm so glad you're back, but now one of those icky rifts opened up here, too.
Yeah.
Princess Zelda, now that we've arrived, please allow me to welcome you back as well. May I suggest you promptly speak with the king?
Oh,
I'm sure he'll be deeply relieved to hear that you've returned safe and sound. Cute! Am I going straight to the king? No. Oh, it's wonderful to see you safely home again. Lady Impa has been beside herself with worry since you were kidnapped. She's usually in the castle around this time. Please go let her know that you are back for her sake. She actually react that you messed up her vase. That's good. That's good. They should. Okay, we'll go to the castle. We'll listen.
Yeah.
Now that you're back, I can scratch that worry off my ever-growing worry list. Oh, this woman is me. Although I'll never forgive that evil creature who took you, he's staying on my resentment list. I'm glad to see you're safe, except it doesn't feel so safe in general lately, owing to that new rift in town. I've heard there are more monsters outside as well. I wonder when we'll see peace again. Ew, children. This animation style is so cool. Oh, I know, Impa. Okay. Oh, sweet child! Such a relief to see you safe. Welcome home, princess. I must say, your loyal Impa felt so flustered that I could not save you myself. On top of your kidnapping, rifts have been appearing all over. It's a source of much fear. I am certain your return will be a great comfort to the people during these troubling times. You've always been quite spirited, though. I did not expect you to make it back on your own. You're right. Sweet. Well, I'm so overcome with emotion that I've spoken out of turn. Off you go now. The king awaits you. In the meantime, I'll draw a nice hot bath for you to enjoy when you're ready. Ooh. What? Princess, I'm so relieved you're back! Why are we shouting in such big letters? Oh, Princess, what an absolute joy to see you safe and well. Despite that joy, I feel ashamed that we were unable to find you. On behalf of Minister Left and me, please accept our apologies, Princess. General Wright, Minister Lefty. I appreciate your sentiments, but let's not dull this joyous moment with our regrets. Zelda, my dear daughter, you did well to return to us. Come closer so I may look upon you. I'm so relieved. Has nobody heard of hugs? Come on. You are healthy and whole and well. So tell us, Zelda, what happened to you? In a total 180 from what I've seen of her. She's normally more like Tara. Yeah. I've only seen her in the Breath of the Wild. But I haven't played very many Zelda games, so.
Oh.
A swordsman in green saved you from a fell beast? Quite the tale. But after defeating the monster, the swordman was taken by a rift? It's him we have to thank for saving your life. His name is Link. You've met him before. Many times. Is this is this preceding anything else in the Zelda universe? Is this an alternate timeline? Is this part of the... I swear to God, if anybody says the word multiverse. So he was pulled into a rift. Another one stolen away. Oh, that's the minister. So he was pulled into a rift. Another one stolen away. Indeed. I hope he is safe. Stolen away? Tidy phrase for a terrible fate. Being taken by a rift. An unsettling phenomenon. Our fair Hyrule has continually been plagued with these rift and disappearances. As you know, rifts have been appearing for a long time, claiming our young ones. Indeed, so many children have been stolen away. We've remained vigilant. But despite our efforts, we've never been able to prevent the rifts from appearing. Ultimately, those who've experienced losses have been left to contend with their grief. Now, I've been receiving reports about people disappearing from every corner of Hyrule. And it isn't just children anymore. Adults are disappearing too. What could be causing such an uptick? For now, we should also work on finding the swordsman in the green tunic. And with haste. Your Majesty! What is it, soldier? Urgent news! The rifts! They're causing serious trouble. You think? Have you been living under a rock? I just got here and I know this.